This is the GIJoe Retaliation Snake Eyes, or Ultimate Snake Eyes, from the 3.5 wave of the GIJoe Retaliation 3 3/4 series of figures. Here's a look at the packaging. It's I'd like to believe that it's a movie Snake Eyes that was meant to look like the classic Snake Eyes, or the 80s Snake Eyes, or vice versa. The 80s Snake Eyes meant to look like a movie Snake Eyes. I don't know, but that's what the ultimate wave of GIJoe figures seem to be hinting at, that these are homages to how these characters used to look like back in the day. So anyway, let me just get this one here. The figure is really really nice figure. If you've ever been a big fan of Snake Eyes and you loved his classic look back in the 80s, this is one figure you have got to pick up. It's not exactly like the 25th anniversary Snake Eyes or 30th or whatever, but it's a nice update. It's meant to look like that, with a bit of a movie inspired thing going on with it, but it's a great update in terms of accessories, articulation, and overall look and design. So very nice. Paint apps on this figure. I mean, the whole sculpt, just the sculpt itself is phenomenal. Paint apps on this one is okay. Generally, it's really the grays you should be looking at, because that's the only paint apps he has. Make sure that they don't overlap or that they're painted straight on. This one is a little bit angled on his thigh. The visor should be painted on very well. It's a very nice combination of glossy and matte finishes on the particular figure. If you look at the sculpt, going back to the sculpt, you get to see a lot, and going with the paint details, you get to see a lot of molded in features in the entire sculpt that are homages to the 1980s Snake Eyes. And they've updated it by giving it like the removable web belts. These are not removable, sadly. And the accessories are just amazingly designed. So let me show you what he has. He's got a knife. He's got another knife. Seems to have a lot of knives. They're very generous. Hasbro's been very generous with accessories. They're thinking that these particular figures are really for collectors and not so much for kids, because they're got small parts. I should be like ages 12 and up, well, 10 and up. I don't think four is gonna cut it. So he comes with his trademark classic sword. I mean, it's not a straight katana. It's got that thing, which was really what he had back in the 80s, and which has been the same sword that they put in the 20th anniversary line. He's got this removable belt. He's got his trademark Uzi, which has a removable silencer. Let's see if you can. Yeah, he's got a pistol, which was featured a lot in the first movie, GIJoe movie. So that's very nice. They kept that there, and even I think in the second movie. He's got a rifle. That's interesting. They've added the GIJoe. I've seen this on a lot of the characters, some of the characters on the movie line. So that's very nice. His articulation, he's got a ball jointed neck, ball jointed upper torso, ball hinge shoulders, elbows, and wrists. Both wrists go up and down in terms of hinge. He's got a ball jointed hip, double jointed knees, ball hinge ankles, and get this, with rocker joints. So a much better articulated figure than the old 25th anniversary Snake Eyes and what have you. I'm really digging this one. I've never picked up the classics Snake Eyes. My brother had the old 1980s figure. It was one of those figures that because my brother had it, I could never get it anymore. My folks would not get me one because my brother already had it. So why get two figures, right? And I could never find it again. I mean, it was something that was sought after by collectors, the 80s version, and Even the 25th anniversary one with the timber figure was really hard to find. So very nice. It's a great update. Even if you already have the 25th anniversary, this is a nice figure to add to your collection because it's a nice update. And if you're just particularly just a movie figure collector, this is a nice addition to your movie shelf. I mean, it's a believable figure that maybe, Snake Eyes could look like on the show. It looks like he's wearing a wetsuit and just some gear on him. So very nice. Sorry, I forgot to go over Timber. He's just a basic sculpt, but one thing nice about it, they've given his head a ball joint, so you can give it some dynamic poses in terms of the head. But still, I've seen there was another Snake Eyes figure that had a movable tail that moved. This one that was really corny, but this one's a lot better. With just the ball joint allowed the collector to pose Timber as he would. So a very nice absolute gem in this particular wave. You can't have too many Snake Eyes in your collection, and I particularly am very ecstatic that I have this guy. Because I've never had the classics. I've never bought the classics Snake Eyes, even if I wanted to, because of the price was just so restrictive. So there you go, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this video review. If you did, please click the thumbs up icon at the bottom. Follow me on Twitter for my toy purchases, Instagram for my toy sightings. Catch all my reviews on my new channel, Chefatron. My old FX France channel will just be for vlogs. This has been the G.I. Joe Retaliation Ultimate Wave, Ultimate Classic / Ultimate Snake Eyes. Thanks for watching.